Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mike. You guys rock with me on Mike's Intellectual Corner. On today's episode, we are going to be retrying our Al Murray reaction. This is going to be Al Murray takes on the nations of the world. On the last one, I do apologize. Obviously, I didn't know he was doing a character, so I do apologize for that. But now, yes, I do know he's playing a character. I know the type of character he's playing. He's playing a very honorary, older British person who's also a main person in the pub. I can't remember what it's called. I apologize. You know, obviously we don't have that here in America, so you know I apologize for that. But I understand that he's playing a very honorary old British person who is very set in his ways and who, you know, obviously thinks very highly of Britain. With that being said, we're just going to go ahead and get into this reaction. Let's go.
We were gods! And there she is, at the top, in the middle of the map. Great Britain. Doesn't get any better than that. She's beautiful, isn't she? Hey, the only actually sexually attractive country on the map. Hey, here, Ludwig, one look at her. Hey, she's beautiful, isn't she, mate? Hey, I can see why you lot wanted her so much. Now, the point is... And Great Britain is, of course, the centre of the earth. That's a scientific fact. It cannot be argued with. Straight through Great Britain runs the north line of longitude. Great Britain is scientifically, technically, provably the centre of the earth. Yeah? Because of the north line of longitude. All right? We put the line there, but it still stands. Now.
We're the ones who put the line there, but yeah.
What does that mean? Well, it means that we, the British, us in here, we're in charge of what time is all over the world. It's fucking beautiful, isn't it? It means the Germans don't sit down for their lunch until we say it's 1 o'clock. Oh, yeah.
It's a small victory. But I'm guessing that man might be German. Is that why he's looking a little awkward there?
And we wrote a book, we did, and we wrote it in English, the finest language in the world, in fact, the finest language in the universe, a language even spoken in space, as any fan of Star Trek will tell you. A language even Americans can handle with some degree of skill, though they're...
Even Star Wars, they even speak English, huh?
Your boss needs a few lessons, mate. Now, you look at it. Axel of Elvis, what's he on about? You look at this. Which is beautiful. I mean, we invented work. We, the British, invented work. That is a fact. Yeah, we've done everything. We invented work. We had a revolution, industrial revolution, invented work. The French didn't. They had a French revolution when they invented being French. As a result, a lot of dead French people. Progress. The Russians. Ask any historian. The Russians, they had a similar revolution.
That is true. Like, the only revolution you guys had, or English people had, were the Industrial Revolution, which is kind of crazy to think about.
Similar revolution outcome. Yeah, we didn't bother with that. Yeah, we had the Industrial Revolution where we invented work. At the end of it, everyone had shoes, a knife and a fork, and a giant fucking metal ship each. You can't argue that. That's why we, the British, are currently entitled to have our feet up and have whatever we want made by a Malaysian 4-year-old for £1. You and I earned that. We should make the most of it. Now... Yeah, and it's a broad church, Great Britain. We've got the Scots, we've got the Jocks, of course, and I love you, Jocks. You're beautiful people. Yeah, I love you. You're beautiful. And it's you, Jocks, you like to say, don't you, Paul? You like to say, the Battle of Bannockburn. Nay, nay, the Battle of Bannockburn. Nay, when the field ran red with English blood, when Robert the Bruce told the English indeed, a lesson he would never forget. Fair play. Got to give it to you on that one. You want it fair and square. But... you say Bannockburn, I say Culloden, because it's not the heats that count, is it, mate? It's the final. As far as I remember, you lot have never actually been in a final, have you? Now, look at this.
It's the end game.
You look at this thing. Our Celtic brethren, the Welsh, and I love the Welsh. They're beautiful people, aren't they? God bless the Welsh, eh? And what's interesting about the Welsh is it said they have an accent. I don't think they do. I think they have an attitude, with all due respect. Every time a Welsh bloke opens his mouth, he sounds as though he's dying of some inner fucking hurt and torment that he hasn't figured out yet. Whatever it is, even on his wedding day, the happiest day of his life, he sounds pissed off, doesn't he? This is the happiest day of my life! I cannot wait to spend the rest of my life with you, the most beautiful woman I have ever seen in Cardiff.
They're just intense, that's all. They're just really, it sounds like they're just really intense people, that's all. That's okay.
Nobody wanted to stop raining. Now, next door, there's our cheeky sidekick, Ireland, of course.
That was a good strong laugh there.
I mean, look at it. We're like a motorbike and sidecar. They'd go nowhere without us. Oh, they've changed the name, painted a different colour, but we're the ones with a fucking engine. You look at it. And I'll be the first to admit it's been a bumpy ride with the Irish. It's not always gone according to plan, and even when it has gone according to plan, they haven't liked that either, have they? Leading to long, expensive judicial inquiries. But there's a lot went wrong. I mean, that potato famine was a terrible fucking business. But you can get crisps for love nor money in this country. That's when we first turned to peanuts in my business. Now, got to keep the punters thirsty somehow. But I love the Irish and I have infinite respect for them, up to a point, because over many years they've done much for us, haven't they? They dug our roads and now they sing for our amusement. It's fantastic. 20 years ago, Westlife would have been digging the M25. There's no doubt about that. I believe I can fly. Yeah, all right, is it level? Get back to it. They've done well for a bunch of tone-deaf, spud-faced chancers.
The forever rival. No matter what you say, the forever rival.
Next, of course, we have the neighbour from hell, France. I don't know why we don't just grow a great big hedge up the English Channel. Spoil their light, eh? Big noisy party in Kent, chuck some dog shit over the fence, eh? Set fire to a few tyres, eh? That'd be the way to go. France, or the France, as it prefers to call itself.
Don't worry, nobody else calls it that but them. Sorry, France.
The France. La France. The France. In case we should confuse it with some other France. With this France, or that France, or courageous, reliable, turning up in times of battle France, or... You work your way down, there's the unsolved Rubik's Cube of Europe there. Spain and Portugal, as you can see. Can't get them last two bricks. Now... Who here's been to Spain? Show of hands, please. Everybody, basically. Reason for this, Battle of Armada, 1588, we defeated the Spanish. As a result, they signed a humiliating treaty allowing our boys and girls to go and fight on their beaches. Of course, we've got to stay match fit somehow. Now, this had the added bonus, if the Spanish try anything, we're poised, ready to invade the following morning once our heads have cleared and we've stopped copulating like eels. I'll tell you what goes on in Spain is filthy, innit, Annie? It's filthy, innit, love? Filthy, innit? Filthy. Say it, love. Yeah, go say filthy like that. Filthy like that.
Filth.
Filthy like that. Filthy. Say like that. Filthy. Like that. Go on, say it. Filthy.
Filthy.
Fantastic. My little Canadian friend, you say filthy.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't see his glass of beer there with this.
Yeah, as well. Go on, say filthy. Filthy. Yeah, how about you two look at each other and say filthy? Come on, girls. Come on.
It's a good thing he had that glove there, huh?
Come on. You might enjoy it. You never know. It could be the beginning of something very interesting. Come on. Do it! Come on. Oh, that was fantastic, wasn't it? That's every man's dream, innit? The chance to disappoint two women at once. Sorry, love, I'm puffed out from the first one. Look at this. And the whole thing with Spain, right, this is a great place to go on holiday because it's extremely hot, right? Yeah, in fact, it's so hot you can't think, innit? You get off the plane, you can't even fucking think your way down the end of the stairs, you have a couple of beers, you wipe your own memory. It's the perfect place to go and get away from everything because you can't think, you can't remember anything. Fucking brilliant. Yeah? Now, that's fine for us. Going there for 2 weeks, a week, weekend, whatever. Yeah, for the British to get away from it all, going to a country where it's too hot to think. But for the people actually living there, it's caused all sorts of problems. The Spanish, I mean, they have that lie down in the afternoon to try and clear their heads and make some decisions in the evening. But it's played havoc with their decision-making process, isn't it? For many centuries, they were convinced the Earth was flat. I mean, for Christ's sake, it's not even level, is it? It's ridiculous. I mean, mountains are the clue, aren't they? Fucking hell. Hey, look around you, Carlos. I mean, they had to be They had to be proved wrong by an Italian. That's how low they'd sunk. Then there's that whole business of fighting animals, bullfighting. Now, I have no row with a cow.
It's only business. I'm just hungry. That's all.
I want no battle with cattle. It's not personal, is it, the whole thing with a cow? We rear a cow, look after it for a couple of years, and it turns itself into the abattoir. But it's not personal, is it? Right? It's a business arrangement. It's not personal. I wouldn't punch a cow in the face. It would be a humiliating thing to do to it on its way to its death. I wouldn't do that. Right? It would be unfair on the cow. It just so happens I'm hungry, he's made of beef. It's not personal, is it? Obviously, I'd punch a squirrel if I could get close enough. Fuck you, you little bastard. Fuck off. Stop leaving nuts in the sandpit in the beer garden. But if I did punch a squirrel, I'd be doing it for myself. Right? Out of curiosity or revenge. I wouldn't be doing it for the amusement of strangers in an arena. I wouldn't put on tights. I wouldn't stick pins in the squirrel first to enrage him. I wouldn't wave a cape the colour squirrels don't like. Just probably a grey-green like a rotten nut. I don't fucking know, it doesn't matter. I wouldn't do it. Normal. Ludwig, what's your animal size punching limit?
I was about to say a dog, because anything else is about to probably mess me up, so.
Limit cut off. What's the biggest animal you'd punch, Ludwig? A dog? Yeah, but there's all sorts of... What, you're talking a Great Dane or a terrier? What are we talking?
Great Dane.
You punch a Great Dane. That's you and that's the Germans all over it, the Danish. You're not happy with them, each other, are you? Now, the point is, right, I mean, if you chucked a donkey off a church tower in Great Britain... Yes, exactly. Right? If you chucked a donkey off a church tower in Great Britain, right, yeah, you'd be on a register in about 15 minutes flat, wouldn't you? Big angry crowd of fat women in shell suits protesting at your doorstep, having brought their kids along without the faintest idea what's going on. That's because this country is normal. Now, work your way along, there's Italy, and I'd like to point out right now that this is fact. There's no opinion in what's to follow. The basic thing with Italy, right, is they've got no follow-through, have they? You don't see stuff through, so it's logical. 43, they folded early. Venice, they still haven't called a plumber. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
It's just flooded. I get it.
It's under them stairs. Yeah, do up the stopcock, for Christ's sake. Yeah, in any other country, a flooded city that stank of shit would be regarded as a disaster, wouldn't it? Not some sort of romantic jewel in a crown. I mean, a pizza. What is a pizza? I'll tell you, it's a pasty that some arsehole hasn't shut yet, isn't it? Shut the pasty, Giuseppe! Volcanoes, because they ain't finished. Up here, we have Germany. Now, I respect the Germans, I do, yeah, because they tried twice, didn't they? 2 cracks of the world title, you'll have to respect that.
Just his face. You couldn't get it, huh? Germany just couldn't get it. But I like how he just keeps coming back to Germany, right with him right there.
Swiss, there's of course the plucky Swiss, Switzerland there. I mean, God bless the Swiss. I mean, look at the situation those people have got themselves into. Hey, look at it, hey? French to the right of them, yeah, Austrians to the left of them, Germans up above, Italians down below. Hey, you'd never sell that flat, would you? You wouldn't be able to shift it, no matter how tidy it was, how much chocolate you left lying around. This Austria, which is made of pastry, that's why it shrunk. You work your way down, you got Yugoslavia. Now, basically, I'll explain it for the MP. Basically, Jane, the people who live in Yugoslavia don't really get on. That's all you need to know. Now, and a while ago, we, the British, bombed it, yeah, because it's very complicated. We bombed it to make it simpler for them. But, can't argue about who lives where when there's no houses left, can you? Hey. No, please.
Like, you just gotta be like, you know what, no, it's it. No more fighting. Let's just, as a parent.
Some people, down here in Albania, where the albinos live, you've got Greece, where they invented the Olympics, Turkey, where they invented Christmas. I know which one I prefer, it comes around every year. There's Bulgaria, Romania, Moldavia, the Womble countries. There's... Ukraine, the only country you can get the word urine out of in one go. There's Poland, where everyone's a trained plumber. Lithuania, where they're all electricians. Estonia, where they're all plasterers. And Latvia, where everyone's a carpenter, coming over here doing the jobs we're not prepared to do because we've all got worthless degrees in media studies. There's
That's okay. Every country needs immigrants to help out with the country and do essential work. And it's okay.
I mean, look at the size. When you look at the world from this angle, though, look at the size of Russia. Look at the size. Just look at the size of Russia. Annie, hop up, measure Russia, love. Come on, put a finger either end of Russia, sweetheart. That's it. Good girl. Your dreams are going to come true for you. That's it. Good, yeah. Did you see exactly? Hold the fingers up. Show everyone exactly how big. Yes, you getting the message yet, sweetheart? There's a fine line between banter and harassment, isn't there?
I was about to say, you can tell she's starting to get a little uncomfortable. That's okay, though. That's part of the shtick.
Fucking European court. Now, what is this? I mean, Russia's gigantic, as she goes all the way around to America, yeah? Then you've got the international date line that we set up a while back so middle-aged men from Birmingham can meet and marry ladies from the Philippines. Then we have the Pacific Rim, Andrew. Yeah, I got your number, pal. Japan, of course, Korea. Well, of course, the Korean War, that was a terrible business. Basically, we found out they were eating dogs and sent in the RSPCA rifles as quickly as we could. There's some...
That was the whole conflict in a nutshell right there.
China, where they put a man into space very recently. Mind you, they didn't use a rocket. They just stood on each other's shoulders and passed him up. Fucking brilliant. Hence the leotard shortage 2 years ago. There's some...
And still had probably like 1 billion people to spare.
Mongolia, of course, we're not allowed to call it that anymore. Eh? Fucking social workers. There's some... Same goes to the Black Sea. There's Kazakhstan, of course, where the Kazakhs live. Uzbekistan, where the Uzbekis live. Turkmenistan, where the Turkmenis live. Tajikistan, where the Tajikis live. And Kazakhstan, where they're taking a fucking piss, to be honest.
Or they're stroking out while giving out their name, to be honest.
And it goes all the way around to Europe, yeah? Russia's gigantic, a massive country, endless mineral resources, and a population used to doing exactly as they're told for tuppence. And it's still crap, they can't turn it round. And I think the simple reason for this is they need, and the only way they're going to fix it, they need to get in a proper working alphabet with actual letters that people can read. It's a nonsense. Dingbats, what are they thinking? Down here, of course, Africa. Now, as a man of science, yeah, like Ben here, the doctor, would tell us that all human life originally evolved in Africa. Would you say that?
Absolutely.
Absolutely? Well, I can't agree with you, mate. I was in Devon 3 weeks ago. Let me tell you this, natural selection's got some powerlifting to do in Plymouth. No thumbs, tails, it's an outrage. Cornwall is actually Celtic for cousin's wedding. Then we have the Middle East. Careful! In fact, the Middle East is extremely complicated. In fact, it's so complicated that me explaining it here tonight could possibly make it worse.
Most likely, yeah.
We'll have a punt, why not? Fuck it. The point is... I mean, it's basically all you really need to know, Jane, is the people who live there don't really get on, right? And for my money, they should all pull their heads in. Right? Pull your heads in, fellas. Calm down! Yeah, that's my advice. I'm in the Israelis. I don't like the people at the end of my road, but I haven't bought a tank. Hey! Of course, once you've bought a tank, you've got to use it, anyway. That's where all the problems arise. And a while ago, we, the British, very helpfully stepped in to try and sort out the Middle East once and for all. We did. We made an effort, yeah, on our way through to India to get a cuppa. And we sat them all down, back of an envelope, red pen and a ruler, and we drew them some nice new straight borders, yeah, around the naturally occurring oil that we had found that they weren't looking for. And we set them up with kings and queens in Arab countries with beautiful Arab names like Syria and Iraq and Jordan and Saudi Arabia. Yeah, I mean, we could have just called them Shell, S-O, BP.
You might as well have, because gosh damn, that ever since the foundation, it's just been nothing but, you know what I'm saying?
Texaco, Wild Bean Cafe, but no. Iraq gets ours now. There's Iran, who's next. There's Afghanistan, work in progress. There's Pakistan, who need to get their house in order. Then, of course, India, or 118 Dia, as I prefer to call it. Basically, the Geordies asked for too much money. What they were... Well, they were going to spend £1 a week, and I can't imagine. Here we have... But India is a land of ancient, mysterious, mystic, ancient mystery. An ancient, mysterious, mystic land locked within an ancient, mysterious, mystic tradition of ancient, mysterious, mystic mystery. Wrapped within the mysteries of ancient mysticism.
Wrapped in an enigma. No, India is honestly really amazing. How historical it really is. Just, on all seriousness.
With 4 billion people that we used to run with 2 blokes and a bike. How we got away with that, I can't imagine. That's the actual mystery. You work your way round, there's the dangling genitals of Southeast Asia, as you can see. You can see that there. Annie, can you see that? Dangling genitals. Fantastic. There's Vietnam, the left bollock. Cambodia, the right bollock. Malaysia, the bell end. Singapore, the jab's eye. There's Christmas Island, where it is Christmas every day. Someone should tell Wizard and they can fucking knock it off. There's Indonesia, Papua's got a brand new Guinea. There's Australia. Or Wilkinson Land, as I prefer to call it. Here we have New Zealand, yeah, New Zealand. Yeah, of course, land of ancient hobbits and orcs. Hey, yeah, you like the hobbits, don't you, Andrew? They're about the right height, aren't they, pal? You have definitely thought about it. It's all you can think about. You're obsessed, mate. That's all you can think about all the time. You can't get out of your head.
Fun fact, too, with New Zealand, I think they said that was like the only country, like if say nuclear war broke out, that was like the only country that can survive, that people there could probably survive because it's so obscure and like in the bottom, like nowhere of the world, which is crazy to think about. You don't really think about where New Zealand is, really. Just saying.
Yeah, up here, of course, we have Hawaii, where Pearl Harbor is, as everyone knows. As everyone knows, where the Americans were taken completely by surprise 2 years into a global war. You're amateurs, mate. Nah.
We didn't think that they were going to attack, okay? We didn't think that they had the balls.
Tropic of Cancer, they should change that. It's tasteless. It's upsetting for the relatives. There's Easter Island, of course, where there's lots of chocolate. Galapagos, where we invented evolution. Down here, the South Pole. Now, everyone knows that the British were actually second to the South Pole. That's a fact. I'm not afraid of admitting that. But because we got there second, we were able to verify that the other bloke got there first. Which means, strictly speaking, we're the umpire on that one. Therefore, it's our game, our rules, we win. Can't argue that. Can't argue that.
At the end of the day, you should have took your lion's share of the land, essentially. But, I think there's nothing really down there anyway, other than scientific stuff to, the research, though.
Islands 1982, no help from no one else, eh? Fantastic. And that wasn't a war for oil either. That was a war for penguins, which, of course, are an essential ingredient in making Guinness. You boil them up, the white stuff floats to the top. There's treacherous Argentina. Chile, which is stringy. Up here we have Peru. Has anyone here been to Peru? Anyone at all? Yeah, a couple of people been to Peru. Yeah, the lady there, what's your name, love? Laura. Posh. Now, you went, what was Peru like, love? Beautiful. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm never going there, sweetheart. And I urge none of you to go there, and I urge none of you to have anything to do with Peru, right? Because that country might be beautiful, love, but it's bang out of order. I'm no bleeding not, you've detected that by now, but the way they treat their bears is a fucking outrage. The way they take a bear and it's not even fully grown, they give him a suitcase and a scruffy old hat and a scruffy old coat. They give him his travel documents, a note, please look after this bear, not even say what his fucking name is. Send him off on his way, eh? It's an outrage. Coming over here eating our marmalade sandwiches. There's There's Colombia, where excitement's from. There's Venezuela, capital city, Caracas. Grow up. Panama, one canal. I'm not impressed. We got thousands, don't we?
So what? Your canal is the only one that can connect one ocean to the other. So what? You know what I'm saying?
And ours will lead to Great Britain, don't they? Not the arse end of fucking nowhere. There's the cricketing area, not what it was. There's Mexico, capital city, Mexico City. Make an effort! And of course, the United States of America, which is basically, the best way of looking at it really, is that it's a good idea that's got out of hand. I mean, they've lost the plot, these people. Look, you can't call a town Tampa, it's going to confuse the ladies. I mean, they got off to a good start. New England, you can see what they're trying to do there. I mean, you've got Norfolk, Durham, Richmond, Birmingham, Newark, Hertford, Manchester. Here, they're starting to run out of sensible names, aren't they? Banger, Welsh name alert, they're in the shit. I mean, then they go mad. Chattanooga, Tennessee, Albuquerque. It's not, we're not playing fucking Scrabble, fellas.
It was just us trying to be, you know, culturally, I guess, nice to the people who essentially, everybody got killed. Who got killed, you know what I'm saying? That's all that is.
Up here, of course, is Canada. Now, these people in this part of Canada are absolutely... This is priceless. These people in this part of Canada are absolutely convinced...
I feel like he's already talking about Quebec.
...that they're French. That's not the case. They're just living somewhere shit and it's a reflex action. There's, Baffin Island without a baffin on it, Greenland, which is white, Iceland, which is a volcano, the Faroe Islands, nowhere near Egypt. I'm not responsible for the names. And back here, of course, is Great Britain, because that's one of the most beautiful things about the world being round the way the British God made it for us. Because God is British, that's why we don't have earthquakes in this country. Because you don't shit on your own doorstep. The most beautiful thing about the world being round is whichever way you go, you'll always end up back here, in Great Britain, here in Her Majesty's London, on a Sunday night, drinking the Bloomsbury Theatre with people like you. Yeah?
Alright guys, we'll go ahead and end it right there, so that's it. Hope you guys like my redemption Al Murray video. With that being said, thank you guys again. Join me on my next episode. I'm out. Bye.